Week special brought to you on Galway GATV in association with Stream Sport and Galway Bay FM, and it is the Flaherty Markets County Under-19 football final for 2025, the meeting of Claregalway and Oranmore Maree. Two great rivals coming up the underage ranks in recent years. Last year they met in the minor decider and only 1 point separated the teams. Oranmore Maree doing the job on that occasion in under-17. Indeed, they're the under-19 champions as well. They beat Dunmore McHale's by 4 points 12 months ago. And Oranmore Maree know a thing or two about Wednesday night under lights. Not too long ago, a few of their players were involved in the under-20 hurlers who won their county title after a replay. Can the Sky Blue and Navy continue the success? Well, Claregalway will have something to say about that, and Claregalway are due a breakthrough. This team have been in multiple minor finals. They just missed out in the under-19 decider last year, but now that they're here, they're determined to get their hands on the John Power Cup. Join myself, Darren Kelly and Brian O'Donoghue in the commentary box for live coverage of the Flaherty Markets County Under-19A football final here in Galway. It throws in at 7:30 in Duggan Park, Ballinasloe. That's perfect. And welcome back here to the commentary box as we get ready for the big game. Claregalway against Oranmore Maree in the county under-19A football final for 2025. We're just fixing our positions here at the moment, but we'll run through the two teams very shortly. A lovely calm evening here in Duggan Park in Ballinasloe, and hopefully it remains the same over the next hour or so, or longer if need be, because there will be extra time or penalties if we need a winner. I am joined here in the commentary box by Brian O'Donoghue. And Brian, these two played a cracking minor final. I think we were in the box together for it last year. They're a year older. There'll be a few lads that are a bit older than them, but it promises to be a great game.
Yeah, great game, and it's credit to Oranmore as well. They're in the under-17 final against Claregalway as well, so both teams are taking each other on in 17s and 19s as well. It was a great game last year as well, Darren. Something about the under-17 grade and the under-19 grade, the football just flows out of the players, so fantastic conditions as well. I don't think there's too much of a puff of breeze, so really looking forward to this game.
We're looking forward to it too, and even they were saying after the games last year we wouldn't need new rules if everybody played the games the way they were played last year. But we'll run through the two teams. It's not too long to throw, and let's start with Claregalway, and they line out as follows. Claregalway, for those at home, are in the green and gold hoop. Killian Walsh is in goal. Full back line of Callan Duggan, Daniel Hughes and Sean O'Flynn. Adam Laffey, Derek Kavanagh and Owen O'Toole are 5, 6 and 7. Mark Concannon partners Ben Morley in midfield. Andy Lonergan, Daniel Fitzmaurice and Ronan Duggan are the half forward line, and the inside line of Oisin Devlin, Matthew Collins and Sean O'Callaghan. Brian, you know these lads much better than I will there as well. A very, very strong team. They've come through the championship well, and now they're in this position. They're actually unbeaten, I think 6 wins out of 6 over the course of the championship so far.
Yeah, they drew the first 2 games out, but they've been on winning form after that, and they've topped the group as well. Killian Walsh, very good goalkeeper, is with the 20s this year as well, and Daniel Fitzmaurice, who's got senior experience as well. One to watch out for is Daniel Hughes, full back, got man of the match the last day out against Dunmore. Really, really good full back, but there is a lot of talent in this team as well.
We look forward to seeing them, because it's Claregalway, and to the right in the sky blue and navy is Oranmore Maree. If you're a regular watchers, subscribers on Galway GATV, you would have seen plenty of them in hurling circles midweek in recent times. They won the county under-20 championship after a replay. A few players from that involved today. This is their starting 15. In goal number 1 is Brian Carroll, 2 Alan Connaughton, 3 Sean Martin and 4 Michael Burke. The half-back line, Stephen Caulfield is 5, Shea Rabbit 6 and Fionn Fahey at 7. In midfield were number 8 Harry Keady, 9 is James Murphy. The half forward line, 10 Tiernan Keane, 11 Kieran McDonough and 12 Alan Burke. Derek Cleary, wearing the number 18 jersey, comes into the inside line instead of number 13. Neil DePuer, Nielsen call him at 14. Aina Costello at number 15. Oranmore Maree, they're in a winning habit as well. Granted, they had time to find their feet in the championship. They suffered a couple of defeats, but they like the bright lights of Ballinasloe.
Absolutely, they have a great history here as well. I think we just pause for a rendezvous.
We'll have a rendezvous before we have throw-in. Finn, we're nearly ready to go. Barely a drop of wind in. You couldn't ask for better conditions. The referee for this game on your screen is Noel Dempsey, the man in the middle. We haven't quite seen exactly what way the teams are playing, but Brian, just as we wait to see that, again, we're expecting a close contest, as we've said. Two teams that will give everything.
Absolutely, yeah, and Oranmore in very good form coming into this game. I think their average scoring is something like 4-15 or 4-16, conceding 10 points in the last 3 games. So, extremely top-heavy, fantastic forwards. Kieran McDonough's in there, excellent forward. Derek Cleary as well, both were at the go 20s this year. And Harry Keady midfield, who got man of the match in here last year as well, of course, the son of Tony Keady as well. So, really, really strong outfit here in Oranmore. And they're looking for back-to-back titles, Darren, which is, in this day and age, with such talent coming through right throughout the county, it'll be a fantastic achievement if they manage to do it.
Yeah, and of course we have to remember that these two clubs are playing each other again this weekend in the county minor football final. So can one of them get the first half? Well, one of them will get the first half of a potential double. Whether they achieve it or not, we will see. Claregalway have just spotted your screen there, broken away from their huddle. It looks like their forwards are staying to the left, so they might be attacking the goal to the left in the first half. Again, the breeze is very, very light. You wouldn't really tell it here in Duggan Park Balance, so everybody get themselves in position. Brian will let you know if there's any major changes to position as the midfielders get themselves in spot there. Of course, one is to go out to the line. Oranmore Maree look like they've the orthodox 8 and 9 in the middle, and it's actually 8 and 4, so Sean O'Flynn is expected will probably come up to the middle of the park for Claregalway. So Claregalway will be attacking the goal to the left, so their number 14 is playing at centre back, but we get more to that in a bit as Noel Dempsey, the referee, waits for everybody to be ready. The ball is thrown in, the game is on, and the County Under-19 A football final for 2025 is underway. Mark Concannon sending the ball down in towards the attack for Claregalway, as coming out to meet the full forward Daniel Fitzmaurice wearing the number 11 jersey to the shot of the white boot, and a chance for a shot, and a save, a fantastic save there by the Oranmore Maree goalkeeper Brian Carroll, and what a start to the game that would have been, Brian.
Yeah, fantastic save by Brian Carroll. His brother plays in goal for Roscommon, transferred to St. Bridget's, but fantastic save. Good start for Claregalway, but they have the ball here again, Darren.
They have the ball again, moving down the left-hand side of the field. I can tell you that Daniel Fitzmaurice was the man that played the ball inside there to create that goal-scoring opportunity. And that's him in possession again, wearing number 11. Kicks the ball down towards the corner. And the ball just breaks out there now, and Oranmore Maree will take possession in the early stages. Number 9 is James Murphy. A few of these Oranmore Maree players have represented their intermediate club. A few played in the Junior A football final last weekend, going down to Kinfarra, but they're on the move here at the moment. Kieran McDonough, the man, goes inside the 45-metre line, down towards the corner, attacking the town goal in Ballinasloe. In possession of the ball is Ina Costello. Ina Costello gives it to James Murphy. James Murphy with a kick at the post. That ball goes out to the left and wide. Both teams with a scoring chance in the early stages.
Yeah, great start to the game, Darren. 2 chances inside the first minute of the game. Interestingly enough, Oranmore Maree look very, very strong when they're coming forward there at the ball. They didn't lose possession at all, and a lot of big men out there, so interesting to see what Killian Walsh is going to do for this kick out for Claregalway.
So Killian Walsh to restart the action. He's the joint captain, gets the ball out towards the middle of the park. Players jump for the ball, nobody's taking clean possession, and now Claregalway have it through Oisin Devlin. Oisin Devlin moving down the field for Claregalway, fisted forward and towards the attack. This is a good play by Claregalway. Number 6 is Derek Kavanagh, and an advanced roll, goes for a shot at the post, puts the ball over the bar. 2 minutes gone in the game, the first score of the match, and it's Claregalway 1 point to nil in front.
Yeah, cracking start to the game. I think there's been 3 attacks, Darren, so far, and just into the first 2 minutes, so if it stays like this, we're in for a fantastic game of football.
We will be in for a fantastic game of football. Matthew Collins was back at centre back with the throw in, but he's back up now in the full forward position, well involved in the action there as we get ready to restart through Brian Carroll. And Brian Carroll now launches the ball down the field. Play on the 65-metre line. Again, Claregalway know they want to make a good start to this game as Derek Kavanagh with possession again gives it back to Ben Morley. Then Maree tries to find a teammate, but Oranmore Maree have done well to take the ball, and now they'll move towards the 40-metre line through Ina Costello. Ina Costello out to Neil DePuer. Neil DePuer trying to make a way inside there now, just goes for a solo of the ball. The referee said he was fouled in the process. and one of their top scorers for Oranmore Maree, got 1-7 in the West final against Oncaharua, is going to take this free, and this will be outside the arc, it looks like, Brian, and a chance to overturn the deficit.
Yeah, it has to be said. Neil is a fine, strong player, and just looking out at the Oranmore Maree lads there, Darren, they're big, strong guys. They definitely seem to get the strength and conditioning right, and Oranmore Maree club as well, and Neil is going for this. It's probably going to be a 1, but we'll see how he gets on.
He's going to go for an effort at the post here as well. No, it might hold out there. Somebody called wide. It wasn't a wide. It's gone over the bar. It's an orange flag in this under-19A final, and Oranmore Maree go 2 points to 1 ahead.
Yeah, good start from Oranmore Maree. They'll be very happy with this so far, but the physical size of some of the players out there for 18, 19-year-olds, Darren, is quite impressive. Neil DePuer is a very big guy there as well, so Claregalway are going to try to work this ball up from the back. Yeah, the scoreboard has only, Duggan Park has only put up 1, but we can tell you it's Oranmore Maree 2 points, Claregalway 1. The orange flag did go up. We'll watch the action there, and that'll be no doubt corrected in a few minutes. Claregalway, the far side of the field, trying to work away up the field. Adam Laffey is there involved in the action, finds his teammates, and now it comes right in front of us here in the commentary box to Sean O'Flynn. Sean O'Flynn, wearing number 4, but started the game in midfield, fits the ball forward towards Derek Kavanagh. He's a wing forward, back to Ben Morley. Ben Morley to Dara. Derek Kavanagh on the move again, shakes off the marker. He's got a point already in the game. Can he create the opportunity there? It comes back in the direction of Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice trying to pick it across to Mark Concannon. All this happening outside the 45-metre line. Claregalway taking their time, as it looks like that it's Matthew Collins pushing up the field a little bit, but he'll send it back in the direction of Mark Concannon. Claregalway will be patient. They'll take their moment. Andy Lonergan with a kick down in towards the attack, and a mark called there for Sean O'Callaghan. He wanted to go in quickly. Of course, he was impeded in the process. He'll just go back for the free regardless. But there'll be an opportunity now for Sean O'Callaghan, I'm assuming, for the mark, or it'll be actually the free for Matthew Collins. The referee having a word with an Oranmore Maree defender, just explaining to him the rule. But this is a chance for Claregalway to level the match. Yeah, I think Sean O'Callaghan, Oranmore Maree, will probably have their homework done on him. He's one of the top scorers for Claregalway, but fair play to Noel Dempsey there. He's seen the tug on the jersey by the Oranmore Maree lad, and it gives Claregalway probably a free they're going to convert here, Darren. It should be bread and butter stuff for the number 14 for Claregalway, as he takes the free, puts the ball over the bar, and it's now 2 points apiece here in Duggan Park, Ballinasloe. Claregalway 2 points, Oranmore Maree 2. We will double check on that 2-pointer. That hasn't gone up in the Duggan Park scoreboard at the moment, but we did see the orange flag being raised for the free in, unless the referee decided that the free should be just inside the line. 5.5 minutes gone. It's a sideline kick, the far side of the field, and Claregalway to restart the action back in the direction of Ronan Duggan. He wears number 12, and they're playing with the ball inside the 65-metre line. Kick across towards Mark Concannon. Mark Concannon moving up the field. Here's Sean O'Flynn outside him there, but Mark Concannon will fist it down towards the Derek Kavanagh. Derek Kavanagh trying to send it inside, but Oranmore Maree's defenders get in the way. Michael Burke, the under-20 hurler, with the ball. He wins the free as well, wants to get moving. Finds a teammate in Oranmore Maree, will bring it outside the 45-metre line. So fisted up in the direction of Alan Burke. So a long kick down there by Shea Rabbit in towards the attack for Oranmore Maree, but Claregalway win the ball back. Oisin Devlin back helping out in defence. The referee has blown the whistle. I'm not too sure now. Something happened. Was an infringement of the 4 and 3. I didn't quite see that myself. The linesman definitely spotted something, Brian. I'm not too sure if you had. It looks like it was a 4 and 3 infringement, even though the players would have raced back quickly. But I don't. It was called. I don't think there was a 4 and 3 infringement at all. I think Claregalway had 3 up. I think they looked at the 65-yard line, probably thought it was the halfway line, but I could not see any 3 versus 4 up. I don't think the Claregalway line are too happy about it either, but we'll have to get on with it. Oranmore Maree probably going to score this. Yeah, of course, it's one of the things with the new rules is sometimes, just to be doubly sure, it's very hard to tell, but that's going over the bar by Neil DePuer anyway. So it's going to be a score for Claregalway, or for Oranmore Maree. We have it 3 points to 2 at the moment. We will see confirmation. 7 minutes gone. Yeah, good start to the game of football. Oranmore Maree are very strong in possession as it goes up here to. Or there we go again. So it's fisted down by Claregalway, but back in towards the fence, and again Oisin Devlin when he's being dispossessed, and this is Neil DePuer. Neil DePuer with a kick inside the D, and Neil DePuer picks the ball over the bar. 8 minutes gone in the game, and he's starting to make his mark on this contest. Gets another score, 4 points to 2. Yeah, great aggression shown by James Murphy there from Oranmore Maree. Broke the ball from the kick out, and well, Neil DePuer, you don't have to give him 2 bites of the cherry there, and that's a fantastic kick.
Oisin Devlin has worked hard in the early stages for Claregalway. Didn't do much wrong, it has to be said. Killian Walsh restarting the action for Damon out the field, but Oranmore Maree starting to take the picks. Alan Burke fetching it in that occasion, sends it down in towards Derek Cleary, playing in the inside line. Derek Cleary with possession, looking around for support. Support is coming from Oranmore Maree, and they're lining up the players here now. 8 minutes gone in the county under 19A football final in Galway, and Oranmore Maree just outside the 40-metre arc and haven't managed to find a way inside, so they'll move forward again. And Claregalway just getting the bodies back, as many bodies as they can, as we just keep an eye on players back. And I'm just doing the count myself there now, and everybody's where they're meant to be. Oranmore Maree had an extra player, that's why that man could run forward there to join in the attack. There's an opportunity kick there again, and it's blocked down, but Oranmore Maree will have another go. This is outside the arc, this is Neil the Prayer again, and on target on this occasion. That goes out to the second wide of the game, but it just goes to show that Oranmore Maree have that long range, and the wind is not a factor. The wind is favouring anyone, it's favouring Claregalway.
Yeah, absolutely, and it doesn't seem to preclude Neil the Prayer at all. A fantastic kick from the second last there over the bar, but I don't envy Killian Walsh. Oranmore Maree have got some great height out in midfield, and I think he's trying to work it out short, but if he goes long, James Murphy and Harry Keeley are more than capable of winning it.
So 9 minutes gone in the game as Killian Walsh sends the ball out towards the middle of the park. Again, the breaks there kindly from Mark Concannon, and Mark Concannon will launch it down in towards the attack, down the direction of Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice lays the ball off. This is good. This is Derek Kavanagh. Derek Kavanagh with the kick, and Derek Kavanagh puts the ball over the bar. Good response by Claregalway to race down the field, get the score, their third point of the game.
Yeah, Route 1 stuff there. It was a breaking ball around the middle of the field that Claregalway managed to win, and when you win it now, when there's not too many guys behind you, if you're very quick in attacking and you don't let the ball drop the ground, the scoring chances can open up very easily, as we've seen there.
So Brian Carroll to restart the action for Oranmore Maree out the far side of the field. And we're just getting confirmation there, thanks to Kieran, that the first free from Oranmore Maree was just inside the arc, white flag raised, so just 1 point. I think the umpire did go for the orange though. That's what caught us off, so thanks to Kieran for that, so we can confirm that it's 3 points apiece in this game. So the sides level on 3 occasions. Nobody was really complaining about the scoreboard anyway, so I don't think there was going to be, I think if there was a point missing there, it would have been mentioned a long time ago.
Absolutely, we would have heard it here, Ed was in the stand.
So the action napped on the far side of the field as Claregalway have a free to restart. Send it across in the direction of Oisin Devlin. Oisin Devlin lays it off to Daniel Fitzmaurice. He'll try and move a bit forward up the field there. Has Ben Morley in support. Ben Morley gets inside a bit closer there now. Just outside the 30-metre line. Find a teammate. This is Matthew Collins. Goes for the shot. Didn't have the space here. I think the referee is bringing it back for a free, so it's not an official wide, and Claregalway will have the chance to go in front.
Yeah, Daniel Fitzmaurice, a very good player for Claregalway. Played some senior football there. He's going through probably a bit too much aggressive tackling from the Oranmore Maree players. They called it back for the advantage, and the way that Matthew Collins is kicking the frees at the moment, you'd imagine he'd score this one. I think it's on the edge of the oldie actually, yeah, so it'll be a 1 pointer if this goes over. A 1 pointer if this goes over, and we'll see how that works now in a moment as we watch the free Matthew Collins. So Matthew Collins with the free for Claregalway. He got good height in it, but unfortunately for him it wasn't accurate. And it goes out to the left and wide. They'll be disappointed to miss that, Brian. He's disappointed. He's just on the top of the old arc, and the breeze is with him as well, so he'll be very disappointed. But just the way Oranmore Maree are attacking and the amount of chances they're creating against the wind, I think Claregalway are going to have to be extremely clinical here in the first half with the wind. Brian Carroll to get us up and running again, sends the ball out in the direction of Sean Martin. He's the full-back for Oranmore Maree, sending the ball across. They'll move up towards the 45-metre line. And the battle for possession, as you can see, number 11, Kieran McDonough in the middle of all that in the sky blue jersey. And Oranmore Maree now get it towards the 65-metre line. This is good pace by them. James Murphy, the man with the ball inside the 45-metre line, kicking it down in towards the house, looking for Aidan Costello. My work out for Oranmore Maree, goal! A goal for Oranmore Maree. 12 minutes gone in the game. The ball was kicked in the direction of Aidan Costello, but it was Derek Cleary coming in there for the break. Soccer style volleys it into the net. Oranmore Maree have their goal in the 3 point lead. Oh, what a finish from Derek Cleary. The ball just broke from I think it was Alan Burke, and Absolutely, finished at the back of the net. Really, really good goal. I think he was the under-19 player of the year last year, Darren. So excellent players. Oranmore in the attack again here now.
And now they have a bit of momentum. Derek Cleary on the ball again. Outside the 40-metre arc, gives it back to Neil DePrere. Neil DePrere just goes inside. This would definitely be one if it goes over the bar. Doesn't happen for him on that occasion. It goes out to the left and wide. 12 and a half minutes gone in this county under-19A football final. It's Oranmore Maree 1-3. Claregalway 3 points as Killian Walsh, Claregalway goalkeeper, will get ready to restart the action. And his team just rattled in the last couple of moments after conceding that goal. He'll take his time. They've shown they're well capable of getting scores at the moment. Game hasn't fully caught fire yet, but there's been some big moments for both teams. Long ball out the field, and now this is Mark Concannon. Mark Concannon towards Darragh Kavanagh. Darragh just likes coming inside. Darragh Kavanagh on the move there, shakes off the attentions of the opponents. Sean O'Callaghan will go for the kick in the post, and Sean O'Callaghan puts the ball over the bar. 13 minutes into the game. Great score, said Brian O'Donoghue. I have to completely agree.
Yeah, fantastic score there by Sean O'Callaghan. He's very, very good player. Interesting to see that Mark Concannon is doing very well in Harry Keady so far for the kickouts. Harry's a really, really good midfielder, man of the match last year for Oranmore, but Oranmore Maree, but so far not too bad for Claregalway on the kickouts.
Brian Carroll gets it out the field there as Harry Keady, you just mentioned, did get a touch, but he didn't get possession. It worked out for Kieran McDonough anyway, and he sends it down towards the right, and Derek Cleary now will move towards the 20-metre line, getting away from Callan Duggan, sending the ball across there now, looking for a bit of space, not trying to find Neil DePrere. He was on his own. There was more Claregalway jerseys, and Claregalway will bring the ball out the field, out in the direction of Owen O'Toole, the number 7. Referee had spotted the original foul on Adam Laffey, so it's going to be a free out for Claregalway, and it's Andy Lonergan, the number 10, that will take this, and he gives it back to the goalkeeper Killian Walsh, and Killian Walsh will send it out the far side of the fields, and Claregalway trying to move it up towards the 45-yard line, but Oranmore Maree applied the pressure. The referee says there was a touch in the ground, so Oranmore Maree are going to have a free. 1-3 to Oranmore Maree, 4 points to Claregalway. The ball wasn't released quick enough, so it's going to be brought inside again. This is one of the things that young players have to learn in particular. You have to release the ball when the whistle is blown. It's going to be a straightforward score now.
Yeah, it's a straightforward score, but I think Claregalway had possession that time. But great tackling from Oranmore Maree as well. And, Derek Cleary just in front of us here, he's run up and down the line, number 18. Such pace, really good player as well. He's very innovative as well. Great balls in across. Probably the last one didn't work out to the player, but the tackling from Oranmore Maree and the intensity they're showing the first half is really impressive.
So it's Neil DePrere with the free, puts the ball over the bar for Oranmore Maree, and now it is a 3-point ball game again. It's Oranmore Maree 1-4, Claregalway 4 points.
Yeah, Oranmore Maree just putting on the pressure so much. They're just so intense, and for a team that's going back to back, they've just got fantastic hunger as well. And it's another long kick out here from Killian Walsh, but the size and the physique of some of the Oranmore Maree guys is impressive as Claregalway have the ball here.
Claregalway are on the move here again now, and this is a great play up the centre here now, an opportunity there to go for a score. A shot at the post, it's kicked high, but Ronan Duggan will be disappointed with that. Not accurate. They're behind in wides. They've only had 2 wides to Oranmore Maree's 3, but you just feel the 2 Claregalway wides have been poor and should have been straightforward scores.
Yeah, definitely one for the free, I think, before that. But good run by Ronan Duggan as well. But it's long kick-outs, Route 1 stuff, and if Claregalway can get the break, they seem to have the run on Oranmore Maree from that point of view.
Brian Carroll sends it out towards the 65-yard line. The referee blows the whistle. Ticket to Claregalway free. Not happy with Harry Keady's jump on that occasion, and Derek Kavanagh will go back into position. Claregalway won the Northport title this year. They beat Dunmore McHale's last week, 114 to 12 points in the final. They beat Dunmore McHale's in their first game, as well as Montbellion, Malloch, Corofin. Did 2 draws with Tube Stars and with Anna Down, but it was enough for them to top the group in the North section and book their place in the final. Daniel Fitzmaurice is on your screen, wearing number 11 at the white boots. Turns inside there, trying to find a way, but gets dispossessed, got himself isolated, and Oranmore Maree have possession. Can they put 2 scores between them for the first time in this game? As a kick down, it's well read by the defence, but it mightn't materialise just yet. Great work by Aidan Costello for Oranmore Maree to keep involved in that conversation, and eventually he wins the sideline kick despite the best efforts of Ben Morley for Claregalway. And Derek Kavanagh, it's going to be a Oranmore Maree ball 35 yards away from the goal. He decides to kick it backwards, back in the direction of Stephen Caulfield, with a great game for the Junior A footballers despite their final defeat to Kintara last week. Shea Rabbit moves up the field. Shea likes to dart forward. His dad Tim, of course, is the management team. Gives it off to Éanna Costello. Éanna Costello trying to find a way inside. He's won the free. They get the advantage and he puts it over the bar. Éanna Costello gets the score, and it's now 4 points between the teams, 1-5 to 4 points.
Yeah, good hit there on Éanna Costello from I'm not sure which Galway player, but he's a big strong lad, and a fantastic score for him and Oranmore Maree. And they just seem to be probably slightly pulling away a bit now, Darren. They definitely seem to have the upper hand on Claregalway.
Yeah, the 4 points up there at the moment. They took the goal very, very well, and the ball goes out the far side of the field in the direction of Adam Laffey. He wears number 5 for Claregalway, kicking it in towards the centre to Andy Lonergan. Andy Lonergan hovering around the half-back line in a swap with Derek Kavanagh, just on numbers. They normally play those positions anyway. Daniel Hughes involved in the move there, but Oranmore Maree applying the pressure, as Brian said, and a bit of a careless challenge by Claregalway on that occasion is going to lead to an Oranmore Maree free and possibly a hold-up and play for a couple of moments.
Yeah, I think they're just going to take a breather here, Oranmore Maree, but they're so clinical in the tackle that if Claregalway run into them, they're such big strong lads that Oranmore Maree managed to win the ball back, and they got a free here. So I'm just probably going to be a light breather here, Darren. I'd say Oranmore Maree definitely need a bit of a break after the 1-5 they scored so far. Yeah, hopefully everybody's okay. Just can't make out the player at the moment, but we'll confirm the identity in a second. Salting out the Cara were the first team that Oranmore Maree beat in the championship before they suffered defeats to Caharua and St. Michael's. They got their West campaign back on track, beat Mockquillan 5-21 to 10 points, and beat Mockquillan again 3-14 to 7 points in the semi-final before getting revenge against Caharua 4-14 to 11 points in the Westboard final 2 weeks ago. Everybody's okay and good to continue. In Oranmore Maree restart the action, but that's only going to land down in Callenduggan country, and the Claregalway defender finds a teammate, Oisin Devlin, always covered box to box, as they'd say if you use soccer terms, up the field, touched along the ground by Mark O'Cannon, and this might be a good opportunity now for Claregalway to get a scoring opportunity. Mark O'Cannon with possession again, fisted across in the direction of the advancing Andy Lonergan. Andy Lonergan, a hand was out there, the referee didn't like it. A free in for Claregalway, and again they just want to just keep the scoreboard tipping over. Yeah, they do. This should be a fairly straightforward free now for Matthew Collins. I know he missed the last one, but this is one Claregalway need to get now. Oranmore Maree are just pulling away at the moment with 4 points ahead, so Claregalway need all the scores that they can get in the last 10 minutes of this first half. Now we can tell you that's inside, just outside the D, so it's well inside the 40-metre arc from our camera angle. Matthew Collins, we're getting ready to take this. It's actually Daniel Fitzmaurice in the allegation, and Daniel Fitzmaurice puts the free over the bar, so they've changed the free taker 20 minutes in. It's back to a 3-point ball game, 5 points to 1-5. Yeah, good game of football so far, Darren, between Claregalway and Oranmore Maree, and I think we're getting good enjoyment here at the moment. So Brian Carroll going long with the kick out here, great kick out. And of course it's the game that could swing on any big moment. Oranmore Maree have the goal, that gives them the advantage at the moment. Ciara McDonough involved in the attack, and Oranmore Maree bringing it across towards the 65-metre line. Stephen Caulfield solos through, skips a few players, gives it to Shea Rabbit, back to Stephen, and Stephen Caulfield tries to get to the 45-metre line but couldn't find a way past Sean O'Flynn, and Sean O'Flynn trying to hold on to possession there as Oranmore Maree get bodies in the way, and it's between the 45 and the 65-metre line. Good work there on that occasion by Tiernan Keane for Oranmore Maree. He has won the ball, he was fouled in the process just inside the D, I felt, but it's a free nonetheless, and Oranmore Maree will get a chance here. Looks like it's been left for Neil DePrere, and Neil DePrere, did the referee blow the whistle just outside? I think he did, Brian. I thought it was inside myself. Yeah, I think it's just standing outside the two, is he? Yeah. I thought they were done out of a point earlier on, so we'll he'll balance the books maybe.
If this goes over, we'll let them off. 9 minutes to go to half time here. Oranmore Maree 1-5, Claregalway 5 points. And this is an opportunity now for Neil DePrere. Neil DePrere with the free, he hit a high. Awesome. He hit a high, I think they like it. And we're waiting for the confirmation. The orange flag goes up on this occasion. That's a 2-pointer. There's 5 points between the teams, 1-7 to 5 points.
Yeah, that's the benefit of great tackling out there to win the free in the first place. Fantastic run there by Tiernan Kane. Big strong lad, hard to bring down. And then of course you have Neil DePrere who can kick those 2 points. Fantastic score by Neil.
So now Claregalway do need to respond, get a score here, but Oranmore Maree winning the ball in the middle of the park, taking possession, and now they're moving it right in front of us here in the commentary box. Is Stephen Caulfield, who's growing in influence in the game. Just a 1-2 with James Murphy. Excuse me. James Murphy with possession there again on the 65-metre line. Ciara McDonough Said a bit of a high loose one there, and Sean O'Flynn said thank you very much. But Oranmore Maree have managed to retrieve the lead, Roach, through Alan Collington, and now there's an opportunity for a score for Éanna Costello. That's going to go to the right and wide, fourth wide. Well, it's not going to be the fourth wide because it'll be brought back with the free.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen it there, but again, Claregalway had possession of the ball. They managed to get turned over by Oranmore Maree, and well, if you don't want to concede a free on a night like tonight, you certainly don't want to concede it to Oranmore Maree's Neil DePuere, who's been in fantastic form. Looks like it's a 2 as well, just on the arc. Worrying times for Claregalway. If Oranmore scored this, they'll go 1-9-5 ahead.
Yeah, he's got one there now. The confidence will be up, but he was close to another one earlier on. But this will be his second official orange flag if it goes over the bar. 23 minutes gone in the game. Just sometimes they pull from right to left, so that is officially the fourth wide of the game. But he's been doing the damage in the scoreboard at the moment for Oranmore Maree, giving them the advantage. Looking for their fourth ever title today, as we get ready to restart through the Claregalway goalkeeper Killian Hughes. And Killian Walsh, my apologies. Killian Walsh sends it out the field there, but the ball breaks in the middle of the park, and Oranmore Maree are on the move again, and this is good play. Number 12 is Alan Burke to Kieran McDonough moving a bit further. The referee's the hand out again. Kieran keeps going, tries to weave his way inside. Eventually Daniel Hughes gets his hands on the ball, but we're going back for the free beforehand. The breaks will certainly go Oranmore Maree's way.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic catch by Harry Keady. He's really coming into the game the last while for Oranmore Maree, and Kieran McDonough is such an elusive player. Very difficult for him to get by, I suppose, without you fouling him, and that's what we've seen here, and the player has the ball again. But I think Kieran is down, just taking a break. The rest of the Oranmore Maree lads as well, they have so much energy in the first half here, Darren, that their fitness levels is very impressive. They're just not giving Claregalway an inch at the moment. It's all Oranmore.
Kieran McDonough scored 4 points in last year's final against Dunmore McHale's, winning the free, and Niall DePuere will have the opportunity now to put 6 points between the teams with as many minutes to go to half time. That one slots over the post. Another composed score for them. In fairness to him, any of the bad misses he's had, he hasn't let them affect him.
No, absolutely not, and he's scoring the 2 points one as well, the one that was outside, so that probably makes up for one that he missed. But DePuere, fantastic player.
So Killian Walsh to restart the action, sending it down the direction of Owen O'Toole. And Owen O'Toole will try and come up the field there now for Claregalway. He gets as far as the 45-metre line. Moves a bit further up the field, but to the 65-metre line, he's done well to keep possession. Finds a teammate now and takes the return pass. The return pass from Andy Lonergan. This is Owen O'Toole. Owen O'Toole sends it across the field here now, and Claregalway moving the ball very, very fast. But the last attempted effort into Ronan Duggan was intercepted by Oranmore Maree. The referee has blown the whistle. I'm not too sure what the indicated infringement. I'm not too sure if you saw anything happen there, Brian, or did he look back?
Not sure. I thought it was a good tackle from, I'm not sure which Oranmore Maree player it was, but it looks like it's into the 14. It might be potential breach. Again, I didn't see that.
Yeah, we think it was an infringement. A 4-3 infringement, even though by the time we looked over to see what the player was, he was back in position. But that seems to be the indication that he's given. So strict in this rule today too, and that's why it's brought in Matthew Collins to take this free for Claregalway to try and bring it back to a 5-point game. Matthew Collins with the free, puts the ball over the bar. 26 minutes gone in this game. Claregalway do get the score out of it. Their attack merited, you could argue, in one way. But one, they could do it because, the scores have become sparingly the last few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have to fight for the more Maree, just so tenacious in the tackling that probably most Claregalway ones are coming from frees.
So the ball out towards the 45-metre line. Harry Keady got a touch for Oranmore Maree. It's Shea Rabbit that takes possession, wins the ball, and will fist it forward again back to Harry. Harry Keady inside the 65-metre line, trying to turn his way in, and you can just see the sky blue jerseys lining up as Stephen Caulfield wearing number 5 to Kieran McDonough, and it's all happening outside the arc. Will Harry Keady have a go? Harry Keady with a kick from distance, not to be. He knew himself as soon as he kicked it, but they're starting to believe that they can do serious damage and put some distance between these teams before half time.
Absolutely they can, and one of the players at the moment I'm very impressed with, Stephen Caulfield for Oranmore Maree. He's going up the pitch, he's creating an awful lot of chances for Harry Keady. He likes to score there, but instantly Claregalway have gone short for the last 2 kickouts, and they're trying to work their way up through Oranmore, which is not an easy Oranmore Maree, which is not an easy task, but they're not doing too bad at it so far.
Sean O'Flynn sends the ball out the far side of the field, and Claregalway will move up towards the attack. The pass into Ben Morley. Ben Morley wears number 9. That's one from distance. He goes through the posts, and both teams, as we mentioned earlier on, and look, the new rules have been well received, but we're probably seeing examples here that they're affecting the concentration times. Everybody's going for long distance efforts, going for that big score, where last year they've just played natural football and attacked each other for a great spectacle.
Yeah, they bring it as close probably inside to the scoring zone as they can around the D and put the ball over the bar, but I suppose with the new rules this year and I suppose the reward for kicking the ball out from 40 yards, you get the 2 as well, and sure, every young lad will want to try and kick 2-pointers on a night like tonight.
And they most certainly will, and we've had 1 or 2 already as the action happens the far side of the field. Oranmore Maree with possession, trying to move it down to the right. Harry Keady involved in the move, and now it's inside the 65-yard line, down in the direction of Kieran McDonough. Kieran McDonough turns inside the 45-yard line on the left flank, being well marshalled but managed to get a bit of space. Showing 3 defenders off him. And the referee said eventually he took too many steps there.
Bit harsh there.
He did look a harsh one, right, because he seemed to be doing everything right, but the decision goes against him. And Claregalway are on the move now to Sean O'Flynn. Sean O'Flynn inside with Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice inside the 45-metre line. He's thinking about 1 from distance. He's going for a kick in the post. He goes for the effort, but it's only a white flag for him. Daniel Fitzmaurice puts the ball over the bar. 29 minutes gone, 7 points to 1-8.
Yeah, great score by Fitzmaurice and Claregalway, and just probably Claregalway probably have to work that small bit more for their scores versus Oranmore Maree. Oranmore Maree seem to just flow a small bit, but they're doing okay so far, 4 points behind, but you have to be impressed with Oranmore Maree in the first half.
They're looking well so far. The short kick out in the direction of Stephen Caulfield, and Stephen Caulfield sends it down in the direction of Alan Connaughton. Alan Connaughton, just over a minute of normal time remaining. It's back with Stephen Caulfield. We're going to have 1 additional minute on top of the 30, so 2 more minutes of football remaining in this game. The supporters not happy from Claregalway as Oranmore Maree get a free, and Michael Burke as we start the action outside his own 45-metre line. Well, it won't be. He'll give it to Stephen Caulfield, and Stephen Caulfield will get us up and running. So Stephen Caulfield there, as we mentioned, 1 minute of added time at the end of the 30. James Murphy trying to get inside there, and Daniel Fitzmaurice did well to get his fingers on that ball enough to win possession for his team. And it's going back for the free. The solo and goal, though, is not for the player in possession. It's going back for the foul on Daniel Fitzmaurice, so we couldn't go with the solo and goal. So Ben Morley will give it to Daniel. And Daniel Fitzmaurice now will have another go at this. Can Claregalway bring it back to a 3-point ball game before half time as we look at the clock and the 30 minutes have nearly been played? Sean O'Flynn with possession. There was Owen O'Toole running off the shoulder, but he's decided to send it forward Derek Kavanagh. Derek Kavanagh coming inside, he was taken down. I think it was just outside
free, yeah, just outside
the square there, so it's going to be a free in for Claregalway, and you would feel that they will get their opportunity to bring this back to a 3-point ball game, which will be good recovery from Claregalway, but it seems to be going away from them. If this goes over the bar, it'll be 3 points in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. He probably turned on Niall DePure's free that he missed there for a 2, would have put Oranmore Maree up by a considerable amount, but Claregalway have really fought hard in the last 10 minutes of the game, and I know they're getting a lot of scores and frees, but they're just getting fouled. Oranmore Maree are very hard to break down, and they're relying on frees at the moment from Claregalway at the moment.
So it's Matthew Collins to take the free, kicks the ball over the bar, and that's gone over the bar. So 1 minute is nearly played. It took a while to take that free, so we might have another play before we get to the half-time whistle, but it's Claregalway 8 points, Oranmore Maree 1-8, and Brian Carroll, the goalkeeper for Oranmore Maree, the brother of Colin who plays for Roscommon, to restart the action. And he sends it out, but the referee, Noel Dempsey, has blown the half-time whistle. A half there where Oranmore Maree and Claregalway were level on 3 occasions before the goal by Derek Cleary on 12 minutes gave them a lead. They didn't relinquish. They stretched that margin to 1-8 to 5 points. But the last 3 scores for Claregalway, 2 by Matthew Collins, 1 by Daniel Fitzmaurice, brought it back to a 3-point ball game. Brian O'Donoghue, your overall thoughts in that first half?
Yeah, a very good game of football from both Claregalway and Oranmore Maree as well. Oranmore Maree probably looked that bit slicker. They seem to create an awful lot of chances, probably easier than Claregalway doing, but I don't think the Claregalway management team will be too disappointed to be going in with just the goal between them at half time there.
Well, then, Brian, we look forward to the second half, and we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes time with live coverage of the second half of this county under 19A football final. Highlights are coming up from what you've seen in the opening 30 minutes, but Oranmore Maree have the goal, and that's the difference between the teams. The half-time score here in Duggan Park: Oranmore Maree 1-8, Claregalway 8 points. has coming out to meet at the full forward. Daniel Fitzmaurice wearing the number 11 jersey to the shot from the wide boot, and a chance for a shot.
What a save.
And a save. Fantastic. This is a good play by Claregalway. Number 6 is Derek Kavanagh, and an advanced roll goes for a shot in the post, puts the ball over the bar.
Probably going to be a 1, but let's see how he gets on.
He's going to go for an effort at the post here as well. No, it might hold out there. Somebody called wide. It wasn't a wide. It should be Brendan Byrne stuff for the number 14 for Claregalway as he takes the free, puts the ball over the bar.
Claregalway line are too happy about it either, but we'll have to get on with it. Oranmore Maree probably going to score this.
Yeah, of course, it's one of the things with the new rules is sometimes it hurts the fence. And again, Oisin Devlin, when he's being dispossessed, and this is Neil DePuer. Neil DePuer with a kick inside the D, and Neil DePuer picks the ball out down in towards the attack, down the direction of Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice lays the ball off. This is good. This is Derek Kavanagh. Derek Kavanagh with the kick, and Derek McDonough in the middle of all that in the sky blue jersey. And Oranmore Maree now get it towards the 65-metre line. This is good pace by James Murphy, the man with the ball inside the 45-metre line, kicking it down in towards the house, looking for Aidan Costello. My work on for Oranmore Maree, goal! Derek Kavanagh on the move there, shakes off the attentions of the opponents. Sean O'Callaghan will go for the kick in the post, and Sean O'Callaghan
Maree, and the intensity they're showing the first half is really impressive.
So it's Neil DePuer with the free, puts the ball over the bar. The management team gives it off to Aidan Costello. Aidan Costello trying to find a way inside. He's won the free. They get the advantage, and he puts it over the bar. Getting ready to take this. It's actually Daniel Fitzmaurice in the allegation, and Daniel Fitzmaurice puts the free over Neil DePuer. Neil DePuer with the free. He hit a high. He hit a high. I think they like it. And we're waiting for the confirmation. The Orange have the opportunity now to put 6 points between the teams with as many minutes to go to half time. That one slots over the post. Another for Claregalway to try and bring it back to a 5-point game. Matthew Collins with the free, puts the ball over the bar. 26 minutes, 25-metre line. He's thinking about one from distance. He's going for a kick in the post. He goes for the effort, but it's only a white flag for him. Daniel Fitzmaurice
at the moment from Claregalway at the moment.
So it's Matthew Collins. Matthew Collins to take the free, kicks the ball over the bar. Thank you very much. Welcome back here to Duggan Park, Ballinasloe. I should say good evening, of course, because it is past 8 o'clock at night. But it's Oranmore Maree against Claregalway in the County Under-19 A football final for the John Power Cup. Darren Kelly here, joined by Brian O'Donoghue. And Brian, Oranmore Maree, 3 points to the good at half time, 1-8 to 8 points. The goal, the difference, but Claregalway is still very much in the match.
Yeah, they're very much in the match, and they'll probably be happy enough to go in at half time with a goal down. Fantastic goal actually by Derek Cleary, I think, for Oranmore Maree. I think he's known for his soccer skills as well. But, you know, probably nervous start from Claregalway. Oranmore Maree looked like the better team probably for most of the first half, so be interested to see how the second half goes as well. But for young lads, 18, 19-year-olds, 17, 18-year-olds. Big night tonight, county final. Game is being streamed under lights here in Banstow. It's a big occasion, so it's very difficult to know how they're going to react, really.
And there's a good crowd here as well.
Very good crowd, yeah.
They were really getting into it in the latter stages of the half, and of course you can see on your screen the far side of the field there. Tonight it's not putting people away from the terrace over there as well. A place to get a great view of the action as Oranmore Maree come back in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great way to break up the week as well, Darren, to head out to a football match in Ballinasloe here in East Galway and a county final and see it. It's definitely breaks up the week and the working week for most of us.
I've been saying for years we should do it every week.
You have the weekends off then.
Oranmore Maree back in the field of play. We confirm Claregalway with no changes from the starting 15. We're not expecting any for Oranmore Maree either, but we'll keep an eye on that and we will confirm for you if there is any changes in this game. It looks like that Sean O'Flynn has dropped back either as a centre back or as a reserve defender for Claregalway. Oranmore Maree get themselves in position as well, and the referee Noel Dempsey strict with the new rules, but in fairness to him, I think he's called every single one of them right.
Yeah, and in fairness to the refs, Darren, throughout the year, they probably had the hardest task of probably implementing the rules as best they can. They're relying a lot on their linesmen as well, but in fairness to Noel, I think he's actually having a good game and doing the best that he can.
The ball is thrown in, the second half is underway. Can Oranmore Maree retain their title or Claregalway have their day? Harry Keeley, the man of the match in 24. Can he be the man of the match in 25? Gives it to James Murphy. James Murphy with a kick in the post, and James Murphy puts the ball over the bar. That's the start for you. 15 seconds in. Oranmore Maree go 4 in front, 1-9 to 8 points.
Yeah, real statement of intent there from Oranmore Maree. Good take by Harry Keeley in the middle of the field and gave it to his midfield counterpart James Murphy, who was free there as he have to run in from the sideline, and a fantastic score by James Murphy, and Oranmore Maree 4 points ahead.
4 points ahead as Killian Walsh restarts the action. Claregalway can't let Oranmore Maree dominate this stage. The mark is won by James Murphy. James Murphy sends it down in towards the attack for Oranmore Maree. They have possession. It's back in the hands of Kieran McDonough. Kieran McDonough outside the 45-metre line, inside the 65. Back in the direction of Shea Rabbit. Shea will make a decision whether he runs, sticks or twists, runs or holds it. He moves a bit forward, gives it to Kieran McDonough. Kieran McDonough running inside there, will run through the scores in a bit, trying to send it into space for a teammate. Killian Walsh was taking no chances and gives it out in the direction of Callan Duggan, and Claregalway will bring the ball out towards the middle of the field. Mark Cannon involved in that move as well, and all of a sudden I was going to say it's out the 65-metre line. It took a bit longer to get there than it needed to, but Claregalway do have it down towards the attack, but cut out on that occasion, excellently intercepted by Oranmore Maree, and they'll try and launch another attack as the pass goes down in the direction of Harry Keeley. James Murphy was the man there that intercepted that originally. This is now in a Costello for Oranmore Maree, trying to weave his way inside, gives the pass off to Harry. Harry Keeley will go for a kick at the post. His mic drop down there for Derek Cleary. Derek Cleary keeps it in play. Can he create a one-on-one situation? Not to be in that occasion, so focuses on holding onto the ball and will give it back to James Murphy. James Murphy to Fionn Fahey. Fionn Fahey kicks it across to Shea. Shea Rabbit coming up the field again now. Will he go himself? No, he won't. He'll give the ball to Neil DePuere. Neil DePuere, he's inside the D from our angle, goes for a kick in the post, and he puts the ball over the bar. An excellent score from him. Shea Rabbit well involved in the move, and it's now 1-10 to 8 points.
Yeah, Shea Rabbit made a great run up the pitch there from Oranmore Maree and gave it off to Neil DePuere. I think he hit it there with his left foot. He's been kicking frees with his right foot, so very, very talented player. Neil DePuere, of course, the son of Sean, so comes from good stock out there.
Some good stock indeed. Building up there as a building a potential future. Of course, they'll be disappointed the intermediates didn't do better in their championship this year. Some of these players already getting their taste of playing with the club's top team, and that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, Claregalway can say the same thing. Many people probably rushing these teams to come at times, Brian, not giving them time. We were talking with them at under 19 level, and some pundits during the year they will be wondering why they're not winning county senior titles already.
Yeah, absolutely, Darren. The main thing for these players is they're representing their senior clubs, running out in Pearse Stadium and Tune Stadium. In years to come, it's great for them, both teams, to win this, but it's all about representing your club at senior level, really, in Galway at senior level, if you can do that.
Matthew Collins has won a mark here as well. I think he got confused when the referee blew the whistle for the mark going in his direction, and he dropped the ball, but he's going to get the place ball attempt anyway, so a chance for a mark. It was a good kick in by Andy Lonergan to create this. Of course, with the new mark outside the 45, inside the 20-metre line, the attacking mark still exists. Claregalway need a score to bring this back to a 4-point ball game. 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. Oranmore Maree 110, Claregalway 8 points. They're difficult from that angle. We've seen it in the first half, Matthew Collins will be disappointed with that.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that. Claregalway just need to keep the scoreboard ticking over here, Darren. Probably didn't suit a right-footed kicker, but you expect him to give an over that. It was a tough kick, but it just put more daylight between the sides, and if Oranmore Maree can get this ball up the other end of the field, you'd expect him to get a shot off.
Brian Carroll sends it out the field, out towards the attack. It works out for Claregalway in this occasion. Can they make it count? Andy Lonergan again with the ball. Finds a teammate there inside the 45-metre line. Mark Concannon is there as well. Derek Kavanagh in the move. Mark Concannon has won the free. This free will be inside the D. And this is another chance for them. They're getting the chances.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a very good battle out there between the two midfielders, James Murphy and Harry Keady from Oranmore Maree against the two Claregalway lads. Concannon got probably the better of that when he ran forward, and I think Daniel Fitzmaurice is going to take this maybe with his left foot, and this is a score that Claregalway definitely need. Yeah,
Daniel Fitzmaurice to take this. You heard the round of applause there as Claregalway made a substitution. Oisin Devlin has gone off. Number 19, Cormac Feeney, is on the field of play. Daniel Fitzmaurice with this free, and that one has gone to the right. Again, as we said, they haven't kicked more wides in Oranmore Maree, but it just feels they're kicking them at the wrong time.
That's absolutely, Darren, yeah. And if they got that, then it would have pulled them back just a goal between them, which is what separated them at half time. But in a county final and a game like this, coming up against a very strong Oranmore Maree team, you just have to be so much clinical with your frees if they're anywhere around the 30 yards from goal at all, really, which Claregalway haven't been so far in the second half.
Brian Carroll restarts the action, sends it out the field, and it's won by Harry Keady. Harry Keady outside the 45-metre line finds a teammate and then move forward. Kieran McDonough has the advantage. He was pushed in the back. Play continues on. Alan Burke sends it out towards the right, and all of a sudden Oranmore Maree are moving up the other end of the field. It is Kieran McDonough again gaining ground, goes to ground again. A free won by Oranmore Maree, and if this goes over the bar, and it's not given me by any stretch of the imagination, if this goes over the bar, this will hurt Claregalway.
Absolutely, yeah, because they missed the last two frees, Darren. But Kieran McDonough there, half forward for Oranmore Maree, he's running through the defence. He's such an elusive player, very difficult to get the ball off him. It's either he gets a kick under pressure or he gets fouled, is what we're seeing, and the ball is back out to Neil Dupree here now. That will put, if he scores this, well, there's 6 points between the sides. He's going this for his right foot. His last kick was a fantastic score with his left foot, so we'll see how he gets on.
Yeah, he's got 8 points in the game, of course, 1 in the second half so far, 7 in the first period. This will be for the 9 to believe it's inside the white flag. Yes, indeed it is. But Kieran McDonough, who hasn't scored in the game yet, but he doesn't need to when he's creating scoring chances like that.
Oh yeah, fantastic score by a very difficult free from Neil Dupree to kick. We've seen the difficulty of the angle down this side of the pitch. Is a pull back here for a substitute for Claregalway, but yeah, Dupree is having a fantastic game, and when you have a quality free taker like that, it all adds up, and it's adding up at the scoreboard at the moment.
Adam Laffey has gone off for Claregalway, and onto the field to play is Jack Kelly. So we're going to restart the action there as well. So Claregalway making their second change in the game. Just going through the scores there as well. Of course, Derek Cleary with the goal. Ian Costello with a point from playing at the start of the second half. James Murphy also on target for Oranmore Maree. Claregalway yet to score in the second half. They had 3 frees by Matthew Collins in the first half. 2 points in play for Derek Kavanagh. 2 points for Daniel Fitzmaurice. 1 from a place ball. Also on target was Sean O'Callaghan. Killian Walsh is the goalkeeper, and Claregalway need to pick up scores here. 1-11 to Oranmore Maree, 8 points to Claregalway. Just over 7 minutes gone in the second half, but Harry Keady is growing in influence. Knocks it down with Kieran McDonough. Ball in there to create a 1-on-1 situation, waiting for the support. The support is coming to him. Tiernan Keane with a shot, and it didn't come in. It didn't come in, but boy, for a moment there, they could have been ticking with something bigger.
Yeah, great ball in. Another kick out one there by Harry Keady for Oranmore Maree. The long ball in. I don't think Cleary got it in the first attempt, but there was a chance for a goal on, but unfortunately for Tiernan Kelly, he just pulled it wide when he had the chance for the point.
So Killian Walsh to restart the action again, out with a contest in the middle. It's a great scene. Lots of contest in the middle of the park again. As Claregalway just struggled with possession, and Oranmore Maree had the extra player, but the foul was committed, and Claregalway will bring the ball up the field, but the referee has blown the whistle back. The injury to the Oranmore Maree player means we're going to have another hold up in play and a chance to stay stock. 8 minutes gone in the second half, and Oranmore Maree, I don't want to jinx and say they're 1 score away from having one hand firmly on the John Power Cup, but you just get the feeling that if they do pick up the next 1 or 2, it's hard to see them being stopped.
Absolutely, they're 6 points ahead at the moment, so if they get the next couple of scores, they can go up. But even 6 or 7 points is not that big of a lead, as we've seen in the rules at the moment. We've definitely seen that on Saturday night when Salthill played Cora Flynn, but it does certainly look at the moment that Oranmore Maree are the team in control at the moment, and unfortunately they're one of their players are down the far side there, and
this will be a massive blow for them there. Just can't make it out. Just having a look at the screen there. We'll work out the player in a moment. You can see Kieran McDonough on your screen. He's standing there looking.
I think it's Shea Rabbit from Oranmore Maree.
Harry
Keady from Oranmore Maree.
Actually is indeed. Yeah, he's back on his feet there, and of course he's a player they don't want to lose. As you mentioned there, Ron Bryan, he was man of the match in last year's final, the son of the legendary Tony, of course, a Galway under 20 in 2025. No doubt he will be in 2026, but his influence has really picked up in the opening 9 minutes of the second half.
Oh yeah, he's so good in the air, and then he's very good in the play as well, and I see him down now. He's coming back on the pitch now again.
Claregalway are on the move there now, bringing the ball up the field, a solo and goal. They need to make something happen now. This Sean O'Flynn.
I think he was impeded there, Sean O'Flynn, when he took the original solo and go. I'm not sure which of the Oranmore Maree players, but they probably weren't back the required distance, so it's a free to Claregalway on the edge of the D here now, kicking into the breeze. Sorry, the edge of the arc, kicking into the breeze. So this is one they need. They haven't scored in the second half so far, Darren, so it's been all umpires are having an easy time of it beside Brian Carroll at the moment, so they're bringing up Cillian Walsh here for this one. It's a big kick for Claregalway. It's one they definitely need to get.
Yeah, they probably needed to do something different too, because it wasn't happening for Matthew Collins or Daniel Fitzmaurice.
No, it wasn't, and there is a bit of a breeze there as well that they're probably kicking into, but this is one that's definitely needed by Cillian Walsh.
If this goes over the bar, this is outside the 40-metre arc. Attack to the goal to the right for those of you listening on audio. Cillian Walsh, the Claregalway goalkeeper, his team 6 points in arrears. 10 minutes gone in the second half. This to bring it back to a 4-point ball game. He'll take his time with the young goalkeeper in the green, or the golden green in the case of his jersey. Goes for the kick. It has the distance but not the accuracy. It was worth trying, but Claregalway are going to have to take some of these chances soon.
Yeah, they're Oranmore Maree just aren't giving them that chance to get up for air at all from play. It's all seemed to be for frees, and in fairness to Oranmore Maree, they probably know where to foul them around the pitch. That's just hampering Claregalway getting the shots. But the danger for Claregalway is when they put them wide. When Carroll kicks it one, they could win the kick out.
There's a touch there for Claregalway. Ben Morley did well holding it down for Cormac Feeney. Cormac Feeney gives the ball inside for Andy Lonigan. Andy Lonigan, though, surrounded by 4 Oranmore Maree jerseys, managed to kick it out in the direction of a teammate, and now plays back with Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice sends the ball across, a bit of a mix-up, and Oranmore Maree have taken back the ball. Good work there by Alan Collington to win possession back. James Murphy with the ball for Oranmore Maree, sends it across the field 2 passes later, and now it's been kicked down in towards the attack, and the referee says it was a foul. Oranmore Maree will win a free, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden we're on an Oranmore Maree attack. Neil DePrere is the man with the ball in his hands, and I don't know if he's thinking about going for a shot originally or trying to pick someone out. There's one-on-one situations materialising if he can get the ball in there, but Neil DePrere might go for the kick himself directly. It'll be a great one if it goes over the bar. Not to be for him. It goes out wide. I think of 7 wides for Oranmore Maree in this game, 6 for Claregalway, but Oranmore Maree, Brian, as you've touched on, don't waste time. Once they win the ball back up the field, creating the scoring opportunity.
Absolutely, Darren, and they can create it. They'll probably get a shot off for most kickouts, but the transition has been excellent. A high tackle there. I think it's number 10, Tiernan Kane. Yeah, might get booked, but nothing really in it.
No, he just left a hand out there, right? He took down Daniel Hughes, but Tiernan Kane, you'd imagine, will be having a conversation with the referee. A lot of versatile players in Oranmore Maree. Tiernan Kane has played at full back as well. He's wearing the number 10 jersey and playing in a defensive role. He's also part of the intermediate panel. And of course, did his schooling in Calasanchez College. There's the yellow card for himself. So Daniel Hughes, the Galway minor last year. Indeed, he was the Galway minor captain last year. Restarts the action, but it's won back by Oranmore Maree. Éanna Costello with the ball, gives it to Neil DePrere. Neil DePrere sends it out the far side of the field. And number 7 there is Fionn Fahey. Fionn Fahey finds a teammate, Oranmore Maree, playing with the ball just outside the 40-metre arc. The pass comes inside for Neil DePrere. Claregalway got hands in the way. They got touches. Not enough. Neil DePrere left the ball out there for the block down by Claregalway. And Claregalway have possession, and Daniel Fitzmaurice will rain up the field here now in Claregalway. And he has the pace. He has the legs. Kicks it across to the left. Can they get a score out of this on this occasion? Moving a bit closer within range. Jack Kelly involved in the move. Claregalway with the ball. The referee, there was a double bouncy indicators. And it's a free out for Oranmore Maree. Yeah,
Claregalway just masters their own downfall at the moment between the frees they're missing, Darren, and bouncing the ball twice. It's just not going their way at all, and you get the impression that if Oranmore can get a 6 or raise a green flag, that it could be game over. They're 6 points ahead at the moment.
Oh, I think certainly if there was a second Oranmore Maree goal, we could be wrapping it up there, even with still 16 minutes plus of normal time remaining in this game. Oranmore Maree 111, Claregalway 8 points. This is the County Under-19A football final for 2025. Shea Rabbit with possession inside his own 65-yard line. 2 passes later and it's kicked down the field by Harry Keeley. Harry knew it wasn't a good kick as he gave it straight to Andy Lonergan of Claregalway, and now it's Daniel Fitzmaurice. Can he go in and run again, go in the bike, moving towards the 45-yard line, using a teammate, takes the return pass. He's inside, he's outside the D. He goes for the shot of Daniel Fitzmaurice into the hands of Brian Carroll, but there was danger in front of him and he showed good hands, good control to hold on to possession. Fionn Fahey trying to bring the ball out the field for Oranmore Maree, out the far side of the field. They're attacking the goal to the left in the second half. Harry Keeley back to help out the half back line, but he's being dispossessed. Claregalway have the ball again. Can they create the score here? They have yet to score in the second half and they've not been wanted for chances. Andy Lonergan inside the 45-yard line, kicks it inside, was looking potentially for a mark. It was just a bit outside for a mark. One back by Oranmore Maree, one back by Sean Martin, and Oranmore Maree will bring it up towards the 40-metre arc. High challenges there and play continues on. A good passage to play. Matthew Collins with the ball for Claregalway, loses out. Kieran McDonough had it. The referee said the Claregalway player was fouled, free in for Claregalway.
Yeah, the temperature's just heating up there in the last few minutes. The ball was like a greasy bar of soap going around the place. I thought the challenge from the Oranmore man was not too bad, but Noel Dempsey have given the free in here now for Claregalway. Looks like Daniel Fitzmaurice is going to go for this. So 15 minutes into the game, second half turn, Claregalway just need this. They need a lifeline at this stage now.
They need a big score. This would be a big score because it's outside the 40-metre arc into the town goal. He kicks it, but it doesn't look like it's going to cause too much of a bother. Brian Carroll didn't take any chances, just punched the ball away. Knew he had support in these defenders, and now they try and bring the ball out the field. Kieran McDonough back to help out Oranmore Maree, skips past 2 players like they're not there, and now boots the ball down the other end of the field, and all of a sudden there's space opening up in the Claregalway defence. Darren Cleary, the man that got the goal in the first half.
What a ball.
This is an opportunity, this is a chance. In the Costello to the cross, in the player, back in the net, goal for Oranmore Maree, and you would feel with the counter attack yielding the goal that Oranmore Maree have the winner.
Oh, fantastic goal, end-to-end play from Oranmore Maree there, but it all started with a great tackle and a turn from Kieran McDonough, who managed to bring the ball up the field as far as he could, and fantastic play inside in by Derek Cleary. Great finish to the back of the net. Looks like McDonough probably didn't pull, but maybe strained his calf or his knee there, but a brilliant turn by McDonough there to get the ball out of the defence, set up the attack for Oranmore Maree, and well, there's a lot of daylight between the teams now. There are 9 points in it.
2-11 to Oranmore Maree, 8 points to Claregalway. Oranmore Maree would have come in as favourites, but nobody was expecting anything like this. Kieran McDonough is okay. Not the first time he's received attention in the game, but he is good to continue. He was part of the team that won this competition last year, and as things stand now, as you mentioned, Brian, we've seen great comebacks. We saw them in Bear Stadium there where Curra Finn nearly saved the match against Salty Nottingham Carrots, and nobody is writing off Claregalway yet, but they need to do something soon to show that they can get themselves back into this county final. That's what the new rules were invented for. They need to use them. Maybe this is an opportunity. Owen O'Toole getting inside. Jack Kelly has the ball in his hand, tries to go for the shot, just lacks the conviction there. Good defending from Oranmore Maree as well. I think Shea Rabbit was the man that got in the way. Goal opportunity, maybe a half goal chance.
Oh, what a block there from Shea Rabbit. Really saved his team there for Oranmore Maree. And we look again, Darren, they're just on the attack. Oranmore Maree's transition is absolutely fantastic to watch.
Oranmore Maree are on the move again, opening up the space the other end of the field, moving towards goal. There's surely a third goal on it for Aidan Costello. Great save by Killian Walsh. It's back in the hands of Stephen Caulfield, and Oranmore Maree just play with the ball.
Oh, what a save, Killian Walsh.
The goalkeeper. 2 saves by the Oranmore Maree goalkeeper. The second one there from Kieran McDonough. And he's just keeping his team in the game, because that certainly would have been curtains.
Oh yeah, and Oranmore Maree had the opportunity to go for the point there at the end, but it probably shows their clinicalness to go for the goal, even though they are 9 points ahead. But Killian Walsh in goal there for Claregalway, done well. He stood up well as Oranmore get his possessor. Yeah, 2 good saves from Killian Walsh.
Yeah, Kieran McDonough and Aidan Costello, the 2 that took those efforts. Good play by Oranmore Maree. Kieran McDonough has won the free. 12 minutes to go in this game, and this will put double digits between the teams if it goes over the bar. Oranmore Maree 2-11, Claregalway 8 points. That is the score in this county under 19A football final. And Kieran McDonough just receiving a bit of treatment, checking he's okay. Neil the prayer, getting ready to take this. And this is just outside the 20-metre line to the left of the posts, attacking the goal, tried to judge it. In fairness, he did everything right,
it
but
just
the
didn't curve from him, yeah. They're in a position where those can happen, Darren. It's probably not going to have a major effect in the last 10 minutes unless there's a big comeback from Claregalway here, but Oranmore definitely in the ascendancy even after missing that free.
But even Brian, as you mentioned, that swirly breeze is probably swirling a bit more.
Yeah,
than we can
absolutely,
feel
yeah.
And it's been difficult for the free takers as well. I know they've looked poor on occasions, and we probably be critical of them on occasions, but it is difficult enough, especially when the stakes are so high as they are here. John Fahey winning the ball back for Oranmore Maree. Shea Rabbit on your screen at the moment, shaking off the attentions of Ben Morley, sending out the far side of the field, and Stephen Caulfield will send it down in towards the attack for Oranmore Maree. We'll have another Claregalway substitution in just a moment, because it looks like the Michael Hines will be coming on the field to play, but can Oranmore Maree get a score beforehand? They're certainly getting into the inside line. It's busy traffic down there now for the Claregalway fullbacks as Oranmore Maree trying to find a way inside. There's an opportunity here. The ball is fisted over the bar, and it is Alan Burke that came in to put that over the bar. 10 minutes to go in this game, and it's 2-12 to 8 points.
Yeah, good decision there by Alan Burke to get Oranmore Maree another point on the board. It's probably staring down the eyes of Killian Walsh, who made 2 great saves. I think it was the right decision for him to put it over the bar there, but 10 points between them now. I think Claregalway are making a substitution, but it's all Oranmore. Kieran McDonough is really making them tick, but one player I'm just so impressive at the moment is Shea Rabbit. He's blocking certain goals here, one side of the pitch, Darren. He's bringing the ball up the other side of the pitch. He's an inspirational player for Oranmore Maree.
He has. He's played his part in this game as well. Ronan Duggan, the player that's gone off there for Claregalway inside the final 10 minutes. 10 points between the teams. If Claregalway have any challenge left in this county under 19A
brilliant tackle
football final, now is the time. But they've conceded a foul. Oranmore Maree have a free. Kieran McDonough is going to take the free, and he gives it across to Shea Rabbit. The two of them have done all they can for Oranmore Maree in this game. Shea Rabbit play with the ball on the 65-metre line, gives the pass off at James Murphy.
I think lazy tackle there. Dara Kavanagh for Claregalway just put the arm around Kieran McDonough. It's probably one way of stopping him, but I think Kieran's just taking a breather. It's probably going to be a yellow card there for the Claregalway centre back Dara Kavanagh.
Dara Kavanagh would have started this game as one of Claregalway's better players. He was well involved in the early exchanges when they were getting the scores. It's just frustration in one way, I suppose. These things can happen. It'll be a yellow card for himself, and we'll all move on, no doubt. Between the 265-metre lines, the referee Noel Dempsey has a word with the Claregalway number 6, brandishes the yellow, and we look at the clock and it says 8.5 minutes to go. Oranmore Maree 2-12, Claregalway 8 points, and Oranmore Maree have the free. James Murphy is going to take the free outside the 65-metre line, and he launches it down towards the attack. Oranmore Maree don't need any more goals. Just pop the ball over the bar. Darren Cleary with possession, but being well marshalled by Callan Duggan. Comes inside there now. The challenge goes in. The play continues on. He'll go for the kick. Kicks the ball. Should have done better with that, you would feel, but it drops into the hands of Killian Walsh. And Killian Walsh will bring the ball out towards the 20-metre line. Looking for support there now. And that's not what the Claregalway goalkeeper wants to be playing with the ball, with his team 10 points in arrears. Up to the 45-metre line. Claregalway just moving it slowly. Sean O'Flynn. Is there a big score in this? Michael Hines involved there in the high challenges. Is a lazy hand up with James Murphy. The free one by Cormac Feeney. And Cormac Feeney on the 45-metre line. Moves forward, finding teammates. Claregalway are moving the ball well, but do they have the final product? That's needed. Not to be, because again, Oranmore Maree have overturned the ball. Again, Shea Rabbit has gotten a touch and an interception. Again, he's fed Kieran McDonough, who's gained a few yards, and again, they've won a free out. Yeah,
between Rabbit and Shea Rabbit and Kieran McDonough, they're the two guys that seem to make Oranmore Maree tick. I know they've got Neil the player up the far side who's kicking the ball over the bar. Tiernan Kane got a point. McDonough got one himself. Dara Cleary got the goal. But between the two lads, they're really making Oranmore tick. And I suppose that old diamond, Darren, with the centre back, the half forward, the two midfielders. So between Harry Keeley, James Murphy, and the two lads, Claregalway really find it difficult to break them down.
Oranmore Maree are going to have a substitution. Is also going to probably have a player booked as well for something to happen while we were going through that. But Colin Whelan is on the field to play for Tiernan Kane. They make the change. Oranmore Maree will restart the action. Kieran McDonough has the ball in his hand, as you can see on your screen. Darren Keane getting pats in the back for his effort in this game. I think there was a card there for Alan Connaughton for Oranmore Maree, but we'll watch the action on your screen at the moment in Oranmore Maree, and all of a sudden one turn and Ian Costello is on the way. He has options, he picks out a teammate. Moving a bit closer here now for Oranmore Maree, and the shot there for Derek Cleary. The referee blowing the whistle. Has given a free out for a push.
Throw ball push, was it? Yeah.
So not to be there for Oranmore Maree. Derek Cleary thought he had his second goal of the game. And Claregalway bring the ball up the field. 2-12 to Oranmore Maree. 8 points to Claregalway. And play is with Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice getting towards the 45-yard line, looking for support. Has support. There's a good kick down in the direction of Mark Condon. Shane Rabbit again. You know what hands he had there to take that ball. And Kieran McDonough always waiting for the spin. This time it's been overturned. Cormac Feeney overturns it for Claregalway, gives it to Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice trying to give it in range, finds the teammate. Claregalway have an opportunity here to go for the score. And the ball has gone over the bar. The first score of the second half for Claregalway. It's gone over by Matthew Collins. One that he needed, even though there was a bit of space there to do something else.
Yeah, they probably need to go for goal at this stage now to try and claw some back. They got it back to 9 points. First point to the second half there, and 24 minutes in, it's probably one they needed very early on in the second half. They probably needed one very early on in the second half, but definitely need to go for goals now. We'd be in for an interesting finish if they can.
5 minutes
brilliant
to go in
catch
the
by
game.
Murphy.
James Murphy, a fantastic fetch. He's in a great second half as well for Oranmore Maree. Sends the ball into space. Claregalway watching the ball. Oranmore Maree watching the position. Aidan Costello's done an awful lot of work in this game. Off the ball in the right place for passes. Sends it across to Kieran. Kieran McDonough's all about pulling the trigger himself. Decides against it. Finds a teammate. Oranmore Maree playing down the clock, but they want more scores as it's fisted down towards the far side of the fields. And Oranmore Maree will try and bring this inside, create a scoring opportunity. They just hover with the ball outside the D. 9 points in front. Neil the Prayer with the ball. Goes for a shot. Went low, sent it across the goal. Not to be. They really fancy more goals in Oranmore Maree.
And fair play to them for going for it as well. The easy decision is to put the ball over the bar as well, but you need that bit of clinical side, like we've seen Corrafin the last day going for the goal at the end when they may have gone for a 2-pointer, but you need that bit of clinical element in you as well. And while they're 9 points up, he's well entitled to go for it.
9 points up, but it's 3 scores at the end of the day. If Claregalway can get a green flag, who knows what could happen. James Lennon will be on the field of play for Oranmore Maree before the finish of this game, but that's Sean O'Flynn on your screen, the number 4 for Claregalway. They're on the move down towards the attack. Outside the 45-metre line, looking for support. Claregalway just want to get a scoring opportunity. The pass across to Mark O'Cannon. Mark O'Cannon sends it inside here. There's a great chance for Claregalway. Cormac Feeney has the ball. He'll give it back to Sean O'Callaghan. Sean O'Callaghan kicks it high, kicks it over the bar. It's a score for Claregalway. Another one. It's 2 in a row for them. And it's 10 points to 2-12.
Yeah, I think Oranmore Maree will be happy enough to let him shoot from out there. Most of they're kind of clogging the middle a bit at the moment. Darren led by Shea Rabbit. They're just not letting them get any opportunity for goal at all. And with the gap between the scores, they'll be happy to see them the last 4 or 5 minutes kicking points from that range.
Yeah, Oranmore Maree just making that change. As we mentioned, James Lennon on the field of play. He comes on for Sean Martin. The fullback going off the field of play. 3 minutes of normal time remaining. Oranmore Maree 2-12. Claregalway 10 points. As we get ready for Brian Carroll, the goalkeeper, to restart the action. Brian Carroll on the 20-metre line. And we just see the referee's having a word with an Oranmore Maree player. Has dished out a yellow card just off your camera. I think it was the substitute, Colin Whelan. They got that. So we'll have a bit of drama in the closing stages of this game. Brian Carroll sends it down. James Murphy tries to get a touch on it. Kicks it down towards the space. Sean O'Flynn will chase after for Claregalway, but Oranmore Maree have players coming out to chase this as well. Referee spots a foul. Free for Claregalway. And Claregalway will come up the field. Can they get another score? Eventually they'll have to think about going for goals. If they do believe they can save this game. The clock is against them. Owen O'Toole, the number 7. There right in front of you on your screen. There's going to be an Oranmore Maree ball. James Murphy to restart the action. Plays the 1-2. The 1-2 with Alan Connaughton, who's where's number 2. James Murphy across to Fionn Fay. Fionn Fay out the far side of the field inside the 45-metre line. They'll bring this forward now to the 65-metre line, and Stephen Caulfield in the transition. James Murphy in possession. He's happy enough to hold the ball there, waiting for somebody from Claregalway to come from. Looks for an option. Ada Costello, always the option. Brings it forward. Plenty of sky blue and navy jerseys and shorts. Neil the player finds a teammate. Back with Neil. Neil the player to James Murphy. James Murphy gets challenged by the Claregalway player, wins the free. 59 minutes nearly gone in this game. 8 points between the teams. Oranmore Maree 2-12, Claregalway 10 points. And the Claregalway supporters encouraging their team to go challenge for the ball. Of course, you could see there Cormac Feeney, but he couldn't go any further, or he did French the rule. Oranmore Maree just holding the ball, playing the clock. We'll wait to see how much added time will be played. Stephen Caulfield gets challenged, loses the ball. This is an opportunity now for Claregalway. What can they do with it? Nothing, says Shea Rabbit. He wins the ball back. But the referee says it was fouled. 3 minutes of injury time are going to be played. So we have 3.5 minutes of football remaining in this game, as a kick for Claregalway for the post. And that goes out to the left and wide, Brian.
Yeah, probably sums up Claregalway's night, Darren, there. Just not happened from it all. 2 points in play in the second half. Oranmore Maree have just been completely dominant today, and I think we're just counting down the clock until the game is over.
Yeah, we'll be counting down the clock, as Brian said there, and we'll get the presentation, and then we'll get some post-match reaction from the winning camp. Pat Keane, the manager of Oranmore Maree.
Great take.
Great break there now in Claregalway with the ball back. Markham Cannon demand the one that gives it to Cormac Feeney. Cormac Feeney moving forward, getting away from Shea Rabbit, but Shea never goes far away. And the free is won. Cormac Feeney sends it across the field. Claregalway just looking for consolation scores now. More substitutes to get ready. Chance for a shot.
Save.
And a save. A save for Oranmore Maree. I think Darren Kavanagh was the man that took the shot. It's gone out for a 45. Brian, I'm not too sure was it Brian Carroll or Alan Connaughton to stop that, but a great save.
Yeah, I think Brian Carroll stopped it, and I think it was either Harry Keady was in there or James Murphy, but they got the rebound and made sure the ball wasn't getting out of their grips anyway. I think he took it out of the end line for maybe a 45 or a free, I'm not too sure.
A 45 was signalled by the umpire, but nobody's in a rush to bring the ball up there yet, though Markham Cannon is standing at the 45-metre line.
A bit of pushing and shoving there in the back line there. The Claregalway back line up near Oranmore. Derek Kavanagh there. He's got a second yellow there, Darren, and that's the end of his night. As Claregalway are down to a
blow for Claregalway. They're down to 14 players. Derek Kavanagh, and of course the 2 yellow cards picked up in the second half. I was watching the substitutes getting ready here because they're coming on the field to play. Stephen Owan will be on. He'll be playing in the minor match on. Jack Raftery is actually coming on first there, so it's Jack Raftery coming on the field to play for Oranmore Maree. He's coming on for Alan Burke. I did see Stephen Owan there as well. I don't know if he's coming on as well. And number 22 is Gavin Kern. He'll also enter the field to play. So Oranmore Maree are emptying the bench. They feel the job is done, Brian.
Absolutely, yeah, I think they are. And fair play to Oranmore Maree between the hurling last weekend, and I think they won the under-20 hurling as well, and the 2 football finals back to back as well, and under-17s in a few weeks against Claregalway as well. They're a phenomenal club, Oranmore Maree, and they're doing fantastic work at underage, and it's really paying dividends on nights like this for them.
And of course the bench being emptied there as well. Stephen Owan's come on for Stephen Caulfield. And Claregalway not happy with the delays. Gavin Kern comes on for Harry Keady, and I think it's the round of applauses for performances in this game. That took about the best part of 2 minutes, so I'd imagine we have another couple of minutes of football left in this. It's Oranmore Maree 2-12, Claregalway 10 points, and eventually we get on with the action. And Shea Rabbit takes the ball, brings it up towards the 45-metre line, wins the free. And it's going to be up towards the 65-metre line there now. The referee saying the player didn't stand back. Daniel Fitzmaurice disputing that claim from the match official. Shea Rabbit to take the free. The 3 official minutes are nearly up, but we do think we get another couple of minutes in here. Oranmore Maree 2-12, Claregalway 10 points. Jerry Rabbit saying hello to us here in the commentary box. He heard us say nice things about Shea. Kieran McDonough with possession, sends the ball across. And all of a sudden here now it's a move by
Oranmore
Maree. A snapshot there by the number 22, Gavin Kern. And Gavin Kern puts the ball over the bar in the 4th minute of added time. The substitutes they have are having an impact.
Yeah, they're having an impact now as well, and it's probably a beaten Claregalway ticket at the moment. I'm not sure how long more Noel Dempsey's going to play in this game.
No, we've 3.5 minutes gone, and imagine he's going to add the minute or two on at least. Claregalway kick the ball down the field. It's won by Oranmore Maree. This is Michael Burke. They'll bring it up the park. The referee has blown the final whistle. It's all over. And Oranmore Maree, back-to-back champions, first two-time winners of the John Power Cup. They've won this game by 9 points, 2-13 at 10 points. Brian O'Donoghue, your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, Oranmore Maree are a club that deserve this back-to-back so much, between the work that they're doing on the hurling pitch and the football pitch as well. You have to admire the work that they're doing in here a couple of weeks' time against Claregalway as well. And in fairness, Oranmore Maree, the last number of years intermediate, probably not where they want to be, but they're certainly building a fantastic set of young players here out today, and absolutely 110% deserve their victory today as well. So congratulations to Oranmore Maree.
They got the goal in the first half. They led by a goal at half time. They took that well too. They were getting a foothold in the game, but Claregalway fought back into it. But I suppose if we look at the third quarter, or even the first 6 or 7 minutes of the half, it was a case of Oranmore Maree taking 3 scores, Claregalway missing 3 scores.
Yeah, and it was really, and they were down by 3 points at half time, Claregalway, so any point opportunity that they missed and Oranmore Maree tagged on, which is seeing how we did, just the gap between teams got the wider and wider and wider, and they're full credit for their victory. Oranmore Maree, fantastic players. Neil DePuer had a fantastic game as well. Ina Costello, Ciara McDonough, Harry Keady, brilliant midfielder, fantastic. James Murphy, Shea Rabbit, all over the pitch. They were probably far superior than Claregalway today.
It is an under-19 game, and we mentioned during the commentary, this is about feeding towards the adult teams and eventually the senior team, whichever club you play for. But for Claregalway, I suppose the question I want to ask, this team will just get in the habit of losing a few finals. That drained the confidence. We could see in the second half when things weren't working out for them that they did kind of phase out of the game bar one late burst.
Yeah, it's definitely will affect them, I suppose. The main thing for Claregalway and probably most other clubs is they're getting them through to senior, and they're running out in Tuam Stadium and Pearse Stadium with the Claregalway senior jersey on their back. It'll be a test now in a couple of weeks' time when the under-17s play as well. You certainly don't want to get into a reputation of losing adult or under-17, under-19 finals, but I think they just came up against a juggernaut in Oranmore under-19 level, and I don't think there's a whole lot of teams that could have bet Oranmore Maree tonight. They were absolutely fantastic.
And they were very deserving winners, and we could talk all evening about the great performances from them. You mentioned a few names there as well, but just before we wrap up the commentating side of the broadcast, just run through the players in both teams that impressed you again.
I suppose from Claregalway, Killian Walsh had a good game in goal. He made a couple of good saves. Daniel Hughes played well. Derek Haven did have a very tough task on Ciara McDonough. Daniel Fitzmaurice did okay, but probably most of the best players on show tonight were in the blue and the navy blue. I thought Shea Rabbit had an absolutely fantastic game. Kind of reminds me like Tomas Mannion, old school centre half. Really tough, rarely gave the ball away and set up so many of the attacks. James Murphy, excellent midfield. I think he was involved in last year's under-19 as well with Harry Keady. Ciara McDonough was fantastic, and then of course you had Neil DePuer and Derek Cleary who got the first goal of the game. They just so much quality throughout the pitch. Oranmore Maree, they can be so proud of their young players tonight. They really did them proud.
Well, it's a double for Oranmore Maree, under 20 hurling champions, under 19 football champions. Brian O'Donoghue, thanks a million for joining myself, Darren Kelly in the commentary box, and also to our cameraman John Murphy. We're not gone away yet. We have the presentation coming up, and then after the presentation we'll get some reaction from the winning camp. Oranmore Maree are the county under 19A football champions. They've beaten Claregalway in a final scoreline of Oranmore Maree 2-13, Claregalway 10 points. For Daniel Fitzmaurice wearing the number 11 jersey, does a shot from the wide boot, and a chance for a shot, and a save. Fantastic. This is a good play by Claregalway. Number 6 is Derek Kavanagh, and an advanced ball goes for a shot in the post, puts the ball over the bar.
Probably going to be a 1, but let's see how he gets on.
He's going to go for an effort at the post here as well, though. My hold out there, somebody called wide. It wasn't towards the fence, and again Oisin Devlin when he's being dispossessed, and this is Neil DePuer. Neil DePuer with a kick inside the D, and Neil DePuer picks the ball out down in towards the attack, down the direction of Daniel Fitzmaurice. Daniel Fitzmaurice lays the ball off. This is good. This is Derek Kavanagh. Derek Kavanagh with the kick, and Derek McDonough in the middle of all that in the sky blue jersey, and Oranmore Maree now get it towards the 65-metre line. This is good pace by them. James Murphy, the man with the ball inside the 45-metre line, kicking it down in towards the house, looking for Ina Costello. My work out for Oranmore Maree, goal! Margaret Kavanagh on the move there, shakes off the attentions of the opponents. Sean O'Callaghan will go for the kick in the post, and Sean O'Callaghan, the management team, gives it off to Éanna Costello. Éanna Costello trying to find a way inside. He's won the free. They get the advantage, and he puts it over the bar. To take this. It's actually Daniel Fitzmaurice in the allegation, and Daniel Fitzmaurice puts the free over the prayer. Neil the prayer with the free in a high. I think they like it. And we're waiting for the confirmation. The origin for Claregalway to try and bring it back to a 5-point game. Matthew Collins with the free, puts the ball over the bar. 26 minutes, 25-metre line. He's thinking about one from distance. He's going for a kick in the post. He goes for the effort, but it's only a white flag for him. Daniel Fitzmaurice 24. Can he be the man of the match in 25? Gives it to James Murphy. James Murphy with a kick in the post, and James Murphy puts the ball over the. He'll give the ball to Neil the prayer. Neil the prayer, he's inside the D from our angle, goes for a kick in the post, and he puts the ball over the bar. Second half so far, 7 in the first period. This will be for the 9 to believe it's inside the white flag. Yes, indeed it is. But Kieran McDonough and now boots the ball down the other end of the field, and all of a sudden there's space opening up in the Claregalway defence. Darren Cleary, the man that got the goal in the first half.
What a ball!
This is an opportunity. This is a chance. Éanna Costello's in the cross. Neil the prayer, back in the net, goal. We're on the move again, open up the space the other end of the field, moving towards goal. There's surely a third goal on it for Éanna Costello. Great save.
I'd like to call on Jerry Maloney from our sponsors, Flaherty Markets, to present the Man of the Match award to Oranmore Maree's number 11, Kieran McDonough. I want to thank our referee, Noel Dempsey, and his officials for officiating on a fine game of football played in true spirit by both teams here tonight. I'd like to thank the Duggan Park Committee and the stewards here for having the grounds in such excellent condition. And it's a pleasure to come here on a fine October's evening to play under lights. It's become a habit to come back here for Oranmore. It's their second year, and Claregalway have also played in finals here. Fine venue, and it's great to be home. I suppose the only message from tonight is for all the players that are here. It's onwards and upwards and towards adult football for both clubs. Both clubs are going the right direction, but it's up to these young men to drive it on into the future. Without further ado, I'd like to call on Breda and Michelle to present the John Power Memorial Cup to the captain of the Oranmore Maree team.
Lift it first.
Firstly, I'd just like to thank Duggan Park for hosting the game. The pitch is in perfect condition and the credit to you, so thanks very much for that. To the referee, Noel, and all his officials, thanks very much for the game. It's not easy with the new rules this year, but it's credit to you, so thanks very much for that as well. To our coaches this year, Pat, manager, Timmy, Sean, Enda, Derek, everyone in the background team, thanks very much for the year. You stuck with us through the hard and tough days of those 3 games where we're like all over the place. Thanks very much. And finally, Claregalway, it didn't go your way today, but no doubt you'll be back next year. You're a fine team, 6-year coaches, and no doubt you'll be back here next year. So 3 cheers for Claregalway. Again.
By Killian Walsh, it's back in the hands of Stephen Caulfield, and Oranmore Maree just play with the ball.
Oh, what a save,
for the Claregalway fullbacks. Oranmore Maree trying to find a way inside. There's an opportunity here. The ball is fisted over the bar. There's Daniel Fitzmaurice trying to give it in range, find the teammate Claregalway have an opportunity here to go for the score. And the ball has gone over the bar. Sean O'Callaghan. Sean O'Callaghan kicks it high, kicks it over the bar. It's a score for Claregalway. Another sent it across the field. Claregalway just looking for consolation scores now. More substitutes again. Ready, chance for a shot.
Save.
And a save. And all of a sudden here now it's a move by
Goal on.
Oranmore Maree. A snapshot there by the number 22, Gavin Kern. Number 2 on at least. Claregalway kicked the ball down the field. It's won by Oranmore Maree. This is Michael Burke. Will bring it up the park. The referee has blown the final whistle. It's all over. And Oranmore Maree, back-to-back champions, first two-time winners of the John Power Cup. They've won this game by 9 points, 2-13 at 10 points. Brian O'Donoghue, your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, Oranmore.
Now we're delighted to be back here. As you can see, the presentation has taken place. The team photograph has been done. Very important job. Delighted to be joined by the Oranmore Maree manager, Pat Keane. Pat, first things first, well done. What a performance of your team, and of course, what a result.
Yeah, great. Anytime you get over the line, county final, it's a great day. But in fairness, there was great football on both sides. From start to finish, it was never going to be easy, and we knew that. They're a fine squad, Claregalway. We've been nip and tuck there over the years, but as I say, it's nice to get over the line too at the same time.
It's nice to get over the line. It's nice too when you get that performance and build up a result. Of course, there'll be plenty more nip and tucks, no doubt, between yourselves and Claregalway at various different teams over time. But this game was tight at the start, level on a few occasions. Eventually, you got a foothold on it.
Yeah, 100%. I think in fairness, it wasn't just one or two players. I think every player had their purple patch. And not only that, but there was guys that didn't play today that were out through injury or whatever. two guys in particular, I think there would be John O'Halloran and Dan Cullinan. There was a turnaround game in the middle of the year there where we took on Mike Cullen, and Dan Cullinan there had 25 minutes of that first half were unbelievable. So it's as much for those guys as well. But yeah, it's good. It's nice.
The first goal was a big score because they gave you, I suppose, a hold on the scoreboard. Of course, it was still very tight until the early stages of the second half. But I suppose what managers, what coaches want to see is players anticipating situations. And Darragh Cleary certainly did that, getting in to get the goal.
He did, yeah, and it was a cracker. It was a good turnover, and they worked the ball fast. And in fairness to Darragh, he took it well once he got the chance.
You were 185 points up at half-time. Claregalway had half that deficit by the break. What did you say to them at half-time? Because Claregalway, I won't say momentum, but they were coming back into it slightly.
Well, in fairness, we knew that. We knew there was going to need to be a first 5, 10, 15 minutes of that second half. We had to leave everything out there, that Claregalway were just going to come at us. And we knew that going out. And that's all we said, just keep plugging away at it, keep doing the simple things. And it just went our way as well. We got the first 2 scores after the second half. They were unlucky in fairness to them. They had a few scores that normally would have gone over for them, a few misses there. But you look at, as I said, there's great footballers in both teams, and they left everything out there. There wasn't a dirty stroke in the whole game, and they just were all out playing football against each other, both teams.
A few technical cards, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, but look, you get an odd one like that every now and again.
But as you mentioned there too, it's laying down the marker at the start of the second half, getting the scores. Harry Keady, James Murphy involved with the first one, Neil DePuer, what a game he had as well, getting another score, and all of a sudden there's a bit of difference between you again.
100%, but as I said to you before there, everybody had their purple patch where things went right for them. And definitely the guys you mentioned there definitely kept the scoreboards ticking over for us.
I know managers don't like going through individual players. I'm going to throw 2 more out there. Your captain, the player of the match, Kieran McDonough, and Shea Rabbit, your centre back. They typified the work rate of the whole team in the closing stages, turning over ball, winning ball. They weren't the only 2 to do it, I know that, but they really stepped up in big moments, creating counter-attacks that led to the second goal and led to the gap.
100%, but look, you know that coming from the 2 guys there you just mentioned as well there, you're going to get that 100%. Skillful, but yet all heart as well at the same time. Can't ask for anything more from them. They gave it all.
Pat, I know it's different players. Of course, there's a lot of similar players from last year too, but to win back-to-back titles at this grade, it's very encouraging for the future. We know that doesn't guarantee anything. There's a lot of work to bring these players up to intermediate and hopefully senior down the line, but you must be really encouraged by the talent pool of players that you as a club have going forward.
Yeah, 100%. I think there's a wide range of coaches coming up there with all the different teams. There's great excitement and a great buzz around the parish there at the minute. There's a big development up in Renville that adds a bit to the rest of the teams. We're all looking forward to get into those new pitches up in Renville. And as I said, there's a wide variety of coaches there across both codes, hurling and football. So it's a great time for the club. It's exciting, and please God, it's onward and upwards.
If you would have to finish yet, there's a minor final coming up too, and then afterwards you can soak it back in and really enjoy this.
Yeah, big day on Sunday. Again, I think it's Claregalway we're up against again there. No doubt it'll be a humdinger of a game. I'd expect it'll be tight, but a little bit of luck, you'd never know what might happen.
Well, Pat, listen, I want to say congratulations, well done to yourself and well done to Oranmore Maree.
Thank you very much.
Just before we go, I just spotted somebody there, so if you stick with me in camera at the moment, because I just spot the Oranmore Maree captain, Kieran McDonough, who just looked at me now going, oh dear God, why did he come over to me? Kieran, just pop over here for a second, we'll send you back to everyone. We couldn't pass up the opportunity to speak to the Oranmore Maree captain, the man of the match. Kieran, well done, what a victory.
Yeah, great game at the end of the day. I suppose the lads stuck up at the end of the game. I think it was 5 points up. We stuck it out. It's credit to the lads. I know it's been a tough few weeks. July we had maybe 2 games where under pressure and we didn't perform at all. But I know the coaches, Pat, Timmy, everyone in the background just stuck with us, and we got through the tough times and we got over in the end.
You mentioned that in your speech as well, and it's important to learn from those games because that's what makes you better footballers going forward. And you did, I think it was Carharu and St Michael's, if I'm correct, but you did learn from them. and got yourselves into a good position leading into the knockout stages.
Yeah, 100%. I think just those two games, we weren't right. We weren't right going into the games. You could tell by the warm, we were a bit lacking energy and stuff. You could tell by the way we were playing, the body shape of every players. Those two games were just underperforming. I think everyone knew it, and the team they were underperforming, and we stuck it out. Next few games, I think it's Mike Cullen, we played them twice, and we absolutely went after them, and we got the results in 2 games. So we're very happy coming out here today with the result.
What was it like out there? Yourselves and Claregalway know each other very well now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rivalry. We know a few of the lads. We're very close to a few of the lads. Yeah, it's tough. They're a good team now, very physical. You can tell out there a few hits going in. They're a great side. Just happy to get out with the win, as I say, yeah.
You got yourselves on top of the scoreboard, but you kept the work rate going, the counter-attacks in particular, to create the gap on the scoreboard, as I was saying to your manager, Pat. But I suppose, was there any stage, Kieran, there where you started to feel, yeah, we have them now?
I think that's just the way we play. Attacking football is it's the way we always played. Counter-attacking. A few times there where I thought, we get over the line, but then Claregalway maybe got a point on the board there, so we're back to square one. But yeah, lads stuck it out, and it's credit to them. It's credit to everyone in the Blackburn team as well.
Kieran, you're a county winning captain, you're a county final man of the match. Not a bad evening's work.
Yeah, I'm happy enough for the day. I didn't think I deserved some of the lads. Some I thought were way better, but I suppose I take a bit of a glory. But yeah, happy enough today.
And finally, for those watching around the world on the stream at the moment, what is this team planning to do for the rest of the evening?
I won't say too much now, but a few beverages will be had, yeah.
Well, deservedly so, Kieran. Congratulations, well done. Fantastic performance from not just yourself, but also from the team.
Thanks very much.
That's the Oranmore Maree captain, Kieran McDonough. You heard from the manager, Pat Keane, beforehand, and that is it. Oranmore Maree have done a double in Duggan Park. The under-20 hurling champions and now under-19 football champions, back-to-back winners of the John Power Cup. They're certainly looking good going forward, but this Claregalway team will be back on another day. They would have picked up some big scores and had a closer affair. But when you want to see a team, when you want encouragement for the future, you look for a side that can push forward when it's looking good. And Oranmore Maree did that. They won this game by 9 points in the end. Deserving winners, and we'll see how they progress going forward. Again, thanks to Brian O'Donoghue for joining myself, Darren Kelly in the commentary box, and to our cameraman, John Murphy, for this broadcast on Galway GATV in association with Stream Sport and Galway BFM. It's all over here in Duggan Park, Ballinasloe, and it's sky blue and navy under the lights of the midweek Wednesday night. Oranmore Maree are the county under-19A football champions. Once again, the final score, Oranmore Maree 2-13, Claregalway 10 points.